Okay, we're going to look at doing this long division problem. Before we do that, I just want to remind you, how do you divide 6 into 154 using long division? Well, 6 doesn't go into 1, but it goes into 15 twice. We take the number, we subtract. Well, I could also say that's adding the opposite. I have a 3, I bring down the 4. How many times does 6 go into 34? 5 times. 30, again, add the opposite, and I've got 4. So I could write my answer as 25 and 4/6, or 25 plus 4/6. So let's look at what that means when I'm doing division with polynomials. So I'm going to use the same concept, but I'm only going to look at the first term of my binomial to make sure that when I'm working with my binomial, it goes in evenly to all of these pieces. So x goes into x to the third, x squared times, because x squared times x is in fact x to the third. So I need to not only multiply x squared times the first part of my binomial, but I also need to multiply it by the second term in my binomial. So 2 times x squared is 2x squared. Just like in regular long division, I'm going to subtract. You might recall that instead of subtracting a polynomial from a polynomial, we can add the opposite of it. So that's what we're going to do here. And x to the third plus negative x to the third simplifies to 0. Negative 4x squared plus 2x squared gives me a negative 2x squared. Just like in long division here, when I brought down my 4, in my long division of my polynomial, I'm going to bring down 2x. So now I have to start all over again and decide what I'm going to multiply by x to get 2x squared, negative 2x squared. Well, x times negative 2x would give me, in fact, negative 2x squared. Now I multiply the second term of my binomial. Negative 2x, let's make this plus negative 2. Negative times negative is a positive, 4x. Again, we subtract, make this plus, add the opposite. So now I have these simplify. 2 plus negative 4x is negative 2x. Bring down the next value, my polynomial. What times x would give me negative 2x? That's going to be negative 2. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Subtract, which means add the opposite. Negative 2x plus 2x simplifies out. 5 plus negative 4 is 1. So now I have a remainder. My quotient is x squared plus negative 2x plus negative 2. I write my remainder by adding on the remainder, just as I did over here. I can add the fractional part to my quotient. So my final answer, when x to the third minus 4x squared plus 2x plus 5 is divided by x minus 2, is x squared minus 2x minus 2 and 1 over x squared, x minus 2.